parachute where the air's nice, and let's risk it all on the paradise. But she just wanna make sure her hair's nice. That's fair, right? I just fell in love with a prima donna, the 2023 Madonna. I mean, Your Honor, I was minding my business until she gave me complete nirvana. Are you ready? Okay, say no more. Are you ready? Okay, say no more. She's a lotus and I'm the conductor of a magnum opus, simply braggadocious. Why don't we take advantage of this moment? And wherever you own, we own it. Nobody really cares. 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 Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many, give it Sunday magic. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many, give it Sunday magic. Round of applause and you go, that's it. Damn, that's a bomb with a flick on my wrist. Jersey on my chest, that's a team that I rep. Came in as a rookie, now I'm ballin' like a vet. If you talking crazy, better say it with your chest. Hit him with the right, then I hit him with the left. Ooh, ooh, then the juke move. Heisman, stiff arm, lights out, you snooze. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many, give it Sunday magic. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many, give it Sunday magic. This is not a game, this is not a game. Banging on your chest when I come through the pain. Never been about the money or the fame, but when it bring both, so here we go again. Wins on the road, yeah, I got those. Couple records that I hold, yeah, I got those. It's the playoffs, the team just got home. We ain't going outside when it matter most. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many, give it Sunday magic. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many, give it Sunday magic.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gon' give her some. Let's reflect times, I try to collect minds from complex rhymes. And by the way, shout out Tech 9. Go and shut the
Well, there's never a shortage of shows or sights and sounds throughout this city, but for the next few hours, all eyes are glued to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Las Vegas Raiders. Going back to their AFL days in the 1960s, the Chiefs and Raiders are underway. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Throwing now is Mahomes. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Orlando Brown, the former Raven, the guilty party. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Now Mahomes. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Mahomes now to throw. And the Raiders have got him. Chandler Jones in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. We were wondering what they would do defensively to disrupt Patrick Mahomes. Sacking him on the first drive, that's a really good way to set a tone.
The last thing you want to do is let him get established in the pocket where he can set his feet and throw wherever he wants to. Even though he does it well on the run and on the move, you definitely want to get him off the spot in the pocket.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes connecting here with DJ Shark. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. That's his first catch of the game and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
Mahomes going to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Chandler Jones, now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. Now make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
He's got a man, complete. And he is going to have the Chiefs first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff as they run left side. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. And he wisely will throw that one away.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Mahomes to throw. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's a heck of an effort from Josh Allen getting in there defensively.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Call it no gain there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, what a response by that defensive unit, Charles, because they just saw their offense throw the interception. They come out there, not only get an interception of their own, but they take it back for the touchdown.
I won't sing it because no one wants to hear that, but perhaps an early case of anything you can do, I can do better between these defenses. A lot of people came to expect the offense to light this game up, but so far, the defenses are stealing the show.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And partner, let me make a quick pivot here. Season winding down. They're number 32 in offense this year. The last in the league. Where do they go?
Anywhere and everywhere. But they have to do it with a plan. And I think about Atlanta a bunch of years ago. They decided they wanted to get what they thought was going to be a franchise quarterback. And indeed he is, Matt Ryan. But they had to supplement it. They went free agency, got a running back. Came back and traded back into the first round in the same draft to get a left tackle to protect him. Really supplemented that pick, complemented that pick, and went to the playoffs the very next year.
Well, maybe they can use that and carbon copy it. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Throwing now is Carr. Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. This defense for the Chiefs, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. The Raiders at 4-12 now on the year. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. This, the second meeting of these 2 teams. You might recall they met back in week 5, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings them up 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Mahomes' throw taken in by Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw into the hands here of Hardman. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second and 8. To throw, it's Mahomes. Steps away to his left. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 6-yard line.
First down marker at the 5. It's 2nd and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, his 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Raiders nothing.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously, one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends.
93.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Carr. He gets this to Devontae Adams. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Carr. He goes right back to Adams. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
From midfield, here's Carr. And it's complete to Adams. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Now Carr again. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Again, it's Carr. And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3.
93.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. And he comes back with one complete. And the Raiders are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
What an excellent end result for them. But let's go back to the decision, first of all, to go for it all on first down. A lot of pressure on the quarterback's shoulders, but they knew he could handle it. Makes the right read there, gets the ball to his receiver. They get the first down. It's now first and goal.
Jet sweep. Carr backs it forward. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Raiders have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Shark's got it, left side. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Mahomes looks to throw on third down. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On fourth down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. This is brought in at the 21. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. From the gun, it's Carr. He'll swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he is going to have a Raiders first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play. And the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Got an open man, Keelan Cole. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Flushed out right. Connects with Cole again. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. From the 16, Carr. And this is going to be intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Max Crosby just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this 3rd quarter of action. No run back here for Hall, and this will come out to the 25. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll send the tight end in motion left. From the 31, Carr. Looking again for Waller, and he's got him again. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. To throw is Carr. He'll look downfield for Waller. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Carr. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 at the 36-yard line.
Throwing now is Mahomes. He's got Burton here. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Open man, it's the tight end, Kelsey. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 15 yards down to the 15 and a 1st down. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now here's Mahomes. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to have it here at the 9-yard line. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the third quarter, but now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs, and he stopped immediately there. Marcus Davenport there to take him down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. 694. Here's Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. And they'll get to him short of the first down at about the 16. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now, standing just outside his own goal line. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 42 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a handoff running through the middle. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now Mahomes. Buying time to his left. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now they try the right side here. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Yellow.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. He'll try again. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Isaiah Pacheco, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now 21-7.
Raiders 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Looking to throw again on second down. Carr finding Waller there for the Vegas first. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You've got the first one for the second one to even matter.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Carr now on first down. Looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball, because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling him almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move.
And the Chiefs are going to get him. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Now Carr, gotta have this one. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And an utter disaster as the ball's going to go over on downs at the 2-yard line. They'll try to run this one in. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 19 on the year. And the Chiefs extend this fourth quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Raiders 7.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. To throw again on 2nd down. Carr. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it. I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence, actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He needed 9. He got 8. And that's going to leave him with a 4th and 1 on their side of the field.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Let's go, baby.
Here we go on 4th down. And a loose football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, their defense has really struggled. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 2 straight runs of 5 yards, 1st and 10.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they turn to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Here's a handoff out of the gun. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
That's a nice run to get himself back on the horse after his fumble. Nothing spectacular, but a good confidence-building run.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the 2nd half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.